Never.
Therapy. Hey, that's me having ya. Big up to everybody tuning in. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Simple as. We say it with our full chest. We stand with anybody that's oppressed around the world, wherever they are, whoever they may be. Full solidarity. Full of solidarity without any apologies to anybody else, to YouTube or anybody else. Zionism is racism. Zionism is white supremacy. We keep it 100 on this channel. But smash a like on your way in. I see too many fans celebrating for my liking, celebrating a draw. I'm a bit disturbed by that. Tonight, Bombaye, I need you to be an honest actor. I need you to argue in good faith and don't be a bad faith. I need you to tell the truth about fucking Scott McTominay in that first half and what kind of a criminal fucking footballer he is. And that fact that we have to deal with the Glazers, we have to deal with players like Scott McTominay. I counted 8 times in that first half, and that's me being fucking generous. That he couldn't fucking put his foot on the ball, and he couldn't just make a 5-yard pass. It's unbelievable. And then he's given a captaincy. The standards of this football club has fallen. Has fallen. Today we played like I suggested we played against Newcastle, where the wingers tuck in. Big up, Tom. Where the wingers tuck in and help out. Where there's no gaps, where we got defensively disciplined players on the football pitch. We only played with 10 today. Because God knows where fucking Scott McTominay was. But other than that, I thought too many United fans are celebrating. It shows you what the Glazers have done to this fucking football club. I don't give a fuck if we're getting beat 3 or 4-0. I expect you to string 4 passes together in a game to sustain a little bit of attack. Because to me, at times, it might be 0-0. Some of you might have got your result, but it looked like a fucking training ground, men against boys. It looked like Liverpool were playing against their under fucking 17. That's what it looked like to me. So I'm not here to celebrate or gloat over anything, especially when I see criminals that are getting paid fucking millions a year can't even fucking control a trap of football or pass it. So no,
excuse me.
You only get the real here, the reality check. That's all you get. Fucking reality check on here. I grew up on a generation that where working back and working hard was the minimum wearing a fucking Manchester United shirt. But just because the Glazers have spat on that fucking crescent and stamped on it and degraded it and took a fucking load of dump on it, that don't mean that my standards are failing. I refuse to get giddy. I refuse to fucking celebrate a draw. I remember going there clearly. I remember Jamie Carragher on more than 3 occasions putting the ball at the back of his net because we were putting that much pressure on them. I remember Tevez scoring winner. I remember fucking Rooney scoring winner. I remember fucking John O'Shea, a squad player, getting a winner. I remember us bullying them. So save me all this. Yes, I understand if I'm being objective. Everybody thought we'd get into sort of, including me and included everybody, except maybe 10% of Manchester United deluded fans who thought we could get something out of today. But I'm not here celebrating shit. Because football is unfucking sustainable. It would not be good enough for a team not to have 3 or 4 passes together consistently in a game in League 2. Look, the bottom club in the fucking football league. So why is it good enough for Manchester United? So I'm not accepting that part. Go ahead, Bombay. Welcome, Tom.
Yeah, big up, lads.
Yeah, good evening to the Therapy Army. Good evening, Structure. Tom, do you want to let Tom go first? Let me just do this 2 minutes, and then I'll give you my 2 cents. Tom, floor is yours, brother.
All right, no worries. Anyway, yeah, big up Therapy Army. First thing you do is smash the like button, subscribe to United Real Therapy. Did you pass 9K yet, Nuruddin, or are you still on the road to that? You're on mute, mate. You're on mute.
We're there yet because the YouTubers are subscribing.
People right, I see. Anyway, let's get to 9K. Fuck YouTube. Let's get to 9K. Big up Therapy Army. Look, the Liverpool game, I'm in the same boat as you, Nuruddin. I don't ever accept, the minimum of Manchester United should always be work hard, work ethic, desire, passion. Listen, I saw a young player in 18 years old in midfield showed more passion than supposed experienced players in our team. Listen, the back four, it did okay, it did good. We kept a clean sheet. I'll be very honest with you. If we were going to Anfield, keeping a clean sheet was the last thing I thought we would have done. We didn't win the game. We didn't lose the game. You got a point from it. And listen, I'll be honest with you. A lot of us would have taken a point going away to Anfield. I thought we was going to get smashed. I really did. I thought this Liverpool team, they're going for the title. It's a different team to last season. I thought that 7-0, yeah, it might have been a blip. I still thought we were going to lose 4-5 easily. I didn't think the scoreline was going to be as extravagant as it was last time, but I thought it would have been beaten comfortably. But luckily for us, Liverpool was just as shit as we was. That was the objective today. They were just as shit as we was. They couldn't finish the dinner. They couldn't couldn't combine 5 passes together. They just spammed the box with crosses when there was nobody there. Basically doing what we'd done for pretty much most of the season. I think we'd infected them. We played that shy. Yeah, as much as you want to say, Scott McTominay, mate, he even wore the armband today. I want to see leadership then. I want to see some desire, commitment, McTominay. I didn't see him go into a tackle, win a duel. I didn't really see him pass the ball. Didn't want the ball. Can't control the fucking football. Like, at the end of the day, the golfing quality between our players and Liverpool's today, night and day, mate, night and day. Every single one of Liverpool's midfielders can control the ball and can pass. Every single one of them. Even the shit ones that can't make the team. The Curtis Joneses, the fucking Joe Gomez when you put him in midfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold, if you put him in midfield, can pass better than our whole midfield. A fucking fullback. It's disgraceful at the end of the day. Listen, I'll give a shout out to the back four. I thought they did quite well. Michael Oliver, listen, we'll get onto the referee, mate, because it's a fucking disgrace. He should hand his licence in. Absolutely disgraceful. Most of the game. And that at the end with Delo, it's absolutely fucking abysmal. And if Manchester United don't have the bollocks as a club to challenge the PGMOL on that decision, then it just summarises the leadership of our fucking football club and our structure. Because it was disgraceful to give him the yellow card in the first place for a dodgy decision. But at the end of the day, I saw the game as I saw it, guys. Neither team looked like they were going to score. They could have probably played an extra fucking 90 minutes and I don't think either of them would have scored. Yeah, it was end-to-end. It was quite entertaining. That's fine. Both teams had chances. But the shite that Jurgen Klopp and Virgil van Dijk spewed up in their fucking interviews, mate. Garnacho and Højlund had the better chances. Who do they play for, guys? They play for Manchester fucking United, not Liverpool. And at the end of the day, Manchester United, we are where we are, guys. It's not sustainable, Nurian, and I completely agree with what you said. It's unsustainable. We're not playing fluid. We're not scoring goals. And it's only luckily today that we didn't concede. But big up to a couple of the players that in the recent weeks anyway, I think massively the manager's fucking written off. And I think he's shut him up, really. Raphael Varane, massive praise to him. He's come in, I think he threw him in the deep end tonight, mate. I really do. And if we lost 4-5-0, well, we could hide behind that Varane shouldn't be playing and this, that, the other because defensively solid. Man United's best defender, and he's not played him for fucking weeks. And we've been shipping and leaking goals like the fucking Titanic. Sinking. But at the end of the day, I'd have taken a point before the game, but I'm not celebrating it. I'll never celebrate a point going away to anywhere. You always desire to win. That's what it should be at Manchester United, to win. I don't care if it's home, away, you're in Istanbul, or you're in fucking Russia. I don't care. You play to win. You're Manchester United. And some of these players, they don't know the expectation of playing in these fixtures and in these games. But to be fair, Nuruddin, and I make this last point, an 18-year-old kid, when he went off the fucking football field, that's passion for you. Wave your arms about, guys. Show some passion. Get them fucking fans up in the corner when you're away at Anfield. You need somebody behind you. And those supporters were behind those players today. But those players couldn't string 4-5 passes together. Because if they would have done Nuruddin, if they would have done 4-5 passes, they would have peppered that fucking Liverpool goal.
The game was there. The game was there for us.
The game was there to be won. And I don't care what anybody says. It was there to be won. We had chances, but we just can't finish our dinner at the end of the day. But when it comes, guys, in a game, Manchester United get into some good areas. There wasn't a player there to tackle score. You passed the ball 30, 40 yards ahead. It was mirror image, Nuruddin, of the goal that Rashford scored against Arsenal. Mirror image, carbon copy. Eriksen was in that position, played the perfect ball, and we scored from that goal against Arsenal. This game, completely different scenario. But at the end of the day, I'll take a point. We played shite. Liverpool played shite. Fuck the Scousers. And yeah, big up Manchester United.
Big up, Tom. Big up. I couldn't agree more. Big up, Samiasi. Samiasi says, big up, Samiasi, and all the Palestinians in the world, wherever they are. Solidarity and love, always. Solidarity, love, and respect. Thanks for helping Arsenal win the league. Listen, you see, the problem with you is that you go too early. What are you smoking? Smoking a shisha, mate. Saying you need to chill out on that shisha. Let me just get this other super chat. Big up to everybody in the chat, by the way. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you don't already subscribe. Sorry for all those that are being unsubscribed by YouTube, but we're going to shout for human rights and the human and dignity and the humanity of all people oppressed, regardless where they are, without a shadow of a doubt. We will never be silenced to shout for the humanity of others and give voice to the voiceless. We will always shout at them out. So always people in Sudan, people in Tigray region, Ethiopia, people in the Congo, being raped that country more than any other country I know in Africa in the past 200, 300 years. But it is what it is. Big up Kings of Asia. He says, watch the game. Our United supporters bar here in the US. The fans were cheering and singing. They got a draw. I've never been so disgusted to be a United fan. The standards are rock bottom. King of Asia, 100%. I agree with you. You'll never see me ever celebrate a draw. Never in my life. Especially the way the game panned out. And the fact that I'm supposed to give something to Anthony because he worked hard. Get the fuck out of here. We had 3 times where he was on the ball. And at times it was 3 against 3. And at times it was 4 against 3 in our favor. And he's trying this shitty outside of the boot fucking pass. What a fucking clown. Last year I defended him. I protected him. I was like, it's his first season in the Premier League. Don't be too hard on him. We need to support him. Get that. Get him out of that fucking... He'll get out. I don't even think he's good enough for fucking League 2. But come in Bumbaye, and we'll get to Jarvis. Big up Jarvis.
Big up.
I need you to be transparent today. I need you to be good faith actor today. I need you to be objective. Because there was a captain there on that day, and he was a fucking fraud and a fucking criminal.
Well, look, it's not very conducive to me giving you what I honestly feel if you're coercing me down a certain avenue to begin with. So let me just have a free lane to give you my thing. Then no doubt you'll pull out the AK and the grenade launchers, and I'll just sit quietly in the corner and get ready to get shafted. The usual. So me, I take it game by game. So I looked at today and I thought it was an absolute going to be pummeled. Demolition derby is what I felt. Now, what did I want from Manchester United? This is the important part. Let me lay the basis of what I'm going to give you as an analysis by telling you what did I want. What I expected was a destruction. I wanted a team to turn up, to fight and play for the badge. Be counted. You know what I mean? Be together, be compact, be aggressive. Don't lie down when the going got tough. Ride the pressure and play for the manager and play for the fans. And that's what I got. That today is what I got from a defensive team performance, great shape, everybody playing for each other, aggression was there, and a good mentality today. For me, I was never expecting to come and play fire with Liverpool at Anfield because, not because of what Manchester United used to be. That's what we're trying to get back to on a game-by-game basis, and we're still trying to figure out if this is the man who is going to take us there. So today, I go into that game and I got everything that I wanted. Yeah, it's not the kind of thing that you want to see on a weekly basis, but don't forget, I'm an individual that wants my team without the ball to play that way and be more potent going forward and a bit more fluid. Now today we've got 3 defensive midfielders. Amrabat's first visit in his life to the cauldron that is Anfield. Kobe Mainoo's first visit. Hoyland's first visit. There's some inexperience there with this fixture and what it means. It is a baptism of fire. So, and we're missing everyone's missing. Maguire's missing. Martinez is missing. Casemiro, Ericsson, Bruno. Any creative spark that is usually there is missing. But I felt it was actually a blessing that allowed us to set up in a way to not get beat today and try and nick something. Now, all season we've had problems scoring goals, so it's all right. That's just something I accept that we have to work on that. But as a team today, I thought we were brilliant. We defended so well. I thought that Delo, if I just go through the boys quickly, I thought Delo was really good. I thought Varane was excellent, cleared everything. Luke Shaw managed Salah, first half especially, managed him. He didn't go nowhere. Had a bit more joy second half. Who else played for us? Who else played? It was on there. So sure. Yeah, Evans was good as well. I thought Amrabat did well defensively. They came out, our two guys that were sitting, Amrabat, Mainu, we really messed them up on the wing. Diaz, I've not seen Diaz have like no joy like that for a long time. He's usually really dangerous. And they there really to just leathering shots from all over the place. Onana didn't make any save that I thought, wow, my God. There, I think he makes a bit of a balls of it. I thought Kobe Mainu was really good. I thought him and Amrabat tracked really, really well. And for me, Scott McTominay is captain. Congratulations. I know that's one of the dreams. There were moments in the first half where he was the bottom out of the three midfielders, but he played for me all right. There was a couple of moments where he took the ball from defense and he did get out of a tricky situation. And you know what? He was tracking Arnold quite well for me in that game. For me today, Garnacho, Anthony, I take my hat off to both of them, especially Anthony. I thought he was one of our better players. Not from an attacking point of view, although I don't think it's as bad as you're making out. I thought he's fired in two very, very good balls, picked the right, got it to our player twice. Really, really good. Okay, there was the usual Anthony turned up as well, but part of the reason why Diaz died today, Anthony bullied him. Anthony absolutely shut him down today. Watch the game properly. You'll see 4 times he's one-on-one. He's dispossessing him and he's going again. And it wasn't easy for him today. It was fire the ball out because we're so deep. We started with that mid block. We're naturally already deeper than we want to be because of the way we're trying to set up. We're trying to set up not to get beat and maybe get something on the counter. So, the boys worked so hard. And Hoyland, he did his job as well. He fought, but it's not easy for him to fight against a monster like Konate and Van Dijk. It was difficult. It was always going to be a smash and grab. And we had our little moments in there. We had like 3 or 4 moments where we could have. And it's not a performance I've not seen before from Man United at Anfield. I've seen that before. I've seen that last season and I was happy with it. That was the kind of performance that I saw last year and thought, you know what? Yes, don't lose the game if you can't win the game, because the result is a great result today, given the circumstance and what I thought, and it's a good springboard for what's coming next. We've got some really difficult games coming up. You got Villa, I think, is coming up for us, and I think there's another West Ham away. They won 3-0 today against Wolves. So these are all difficult results, and I think it does the team really a world of good that, look, we can go out to Anfield. These guys are champions, Premier League contenders. They're flying, and we're at our lowest ebb after what was happening this last, 7-8 days to us. And we can get a result if we're together, if we fight. And we fought today. We really fought, man. We were in the tackles. People got yellow cards, did tactical fouls. Everything that came into the box, the boys cleared it. Loads of last stitch. Nobody was watching the game. Everybody was alive to it. Luke Shaw usually gets caught watching. No, closing people down. So we reduced them to nothing. They tried everything. Gakpo came on. Elliot came on. Nothing, man. Arnold had the best chance of the game, which would have been a magnificent goal. But other than that, no. I would say what helped us along a little bit, and I'll give us some credit for it also, their final ball, their final decision wasn't the best. They could have produced a little bit better and more. So the fact that they've dropped and missed an opportunity is, they can only have themselves to blame. But from our side, I saw and got exactly what I wanted but did not expect. So I'm a very satisfied fan this evening, and I think this is something that we can cultivate, hopefully, and build on. I just hope we don't fuck it up completely and throw this away, this good work, because now a result like that, with everybody coming back, it's good. It's really good.
Okay, I expected that from you.
Shall I take cover?
No, you're just not going to acknowledge. It's interesting. You're happy to tell me about the stats of.
I didn't mention stats
of Anthony. Yeah, you did. You told me 4 times he won the ball back off. This is our winger bad. Other than pushing him back, our wingers defending against their winger.
But we've had weeks finish. When we've been on it. Let me finish. Saying they're not working.
Please let me finish. Pay me the same courtesy as I paid you. I didn't interrupt you once. So you're happy to tell me that, but you're not going to tell me in the first half what Scott McTominay was the criminal that he fucking is and was. And that 7 to 8 times he gave the ball away. Not he can't control the ball. He can't pass fucking 5 yards. When we had the brilliant, absolutely transitional moments, which Jarvis will expand on more because he knows that that's ingrained. But for me, there's nothing to build on. There is 0 to build on. Because Erik ten Hag's going to go back to one-person pivot, and McTominay's going to stay in the team, and now he's his vice-captain, and Bruno's going to play. So, to me, I like the positioning of our players. The positives that I can take from today is that, positionally, I thought positionally we were good. There was no indiscipline in terms of holding their positions. There was no indiscipline in terms of when we didn't have the ball, what we did. But I'm sorry, Mbaye. This is where me and you part ways. Where the Atlantic and the fucking Pacific come between me and you in terms of what we think about football. That for me, football is not just about what you do when you haven't got the ball. The most important thing in football is what you fucking do when you have the ball. And what I saw that first half was nothing short of fucking haram football. It was disgusting to watch that football. I counted what I'm watching the game. I'm counting 1, 2, lose the ball. 1, 2, 3, lose the ball. 1, close to 2, lose the ball. And none more than so, your so-called fucking captain. I don't care what position you're playing. If you can't trap a ball in one touch and with the same movement, pass that ball, get the fuck off the football pitch. This is where the standards are gone, people. The Glazers might have done the damage they've done to this football club, but my standards will always be. I'm not accepting a league fucking bottom of the championship, bottom of the fucking football league standard of players. And Scott McTominay in the last couple of games has been that consistently.
No, I think you're being
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. You said what you said. Think about what I said, Mumbai, and I'll come back to you. Go ahead, Jarvis, and then we'll go to Eski. Big up Eski to join us.
Yeah. Thank you. We deserved that better. It's called that I had a nice jumper. So yeah, thank you. First of all, big up to all the people of the panel and people in the chat room. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the result. You know, I'm not celebrating a draw, but in a way we were bound to lose this game, but we didn't. So in that way, I'm positive. You mentioned our structure, Nuruddin, and I think Ten Hag did a tactical change today. He, as I saw it, we didn't play the man marking when pressing. We played more of a zonal play because I saw it, especially when it comes to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, he went all over the front line, but we just let him go into the next man's defender's area. So we didn't man mark him and we didn't get dragged out of position. So we were very, I would say we were very disciplined today, defensively especially, and we kept our shape, and that's good. You know, I've been addressing this for at least the last 10 games that Ten Hag needs to do something with this and understand how to defend and be more I would say pragmatic. So I will give Ten Hag a thumbs up for the tactical approach to this game. But you know, we are up against Liverpool, Anfield. We haven't scored. The last Man United player who scored at Anfield was Jesse Lingard. I think it's 5 seasons ago. So it is what it is, and getting a point from Anfield is quite good. What I didn't like is, as you mentioned, the hot potato, that we can't string more than 2 to 3 passes together. That's a big problem, because then we can never establish a play, and we can never rest with the ball. We are always chasing the ball. So it drains us for energy. So we need to be more protective of our own possession. And that's very important, especially going away. So if we don't improve this part, we will continue losing away matches against better teams. So, and the thing is, we know who we have on that pitch. McTominay, he can't find the pass if his life depended on it. So that's just the way of player he is. But I will give a big up to McTominay today, because of he was acting as a shield for the double pivot. He actually won, I think, 100%, 5 out of 5 aerial duels, and I think it was 7 out of 10 ground duels in front of the double pivot. So he protected them really well. He didn't expose them, so Liverpool didn't have a go at the 2 double pivots, because they were both on a yellow card, and it looked dangerous. I was a little bit worried because of that a lot of the time. So I would say McTominay did. Yeah.
Can you tell me what Scott McTominay did on the ball?
But that's the biggest problem, as I'm saying. He can't get a good pass if his life depended on it. So, but defensively, he did a really good job, and he was very important for the structure.
How many times did he lose the ball in a transition where we were in a good place? Please tell me, where he had 2-3 players ahead of him.
Well, I haven't seen the stats on that, but the eye test tells me it was a lot. But and again, we have a big problems up front. Højlund looks toothless. He can't win duels.
He looks fatigued. He looked fatigued today. He looked really fatigued.
He looks like he's out of his depth. I think we should have a second striker who could come in for a couple of games now, to give him a couple of games to sit on the bench and try to study the game and learn a little bit, because now he's just reacting. He's not thinking in his game plan. I would agree with Boumbaye on Anthony. I think Anthony had a good game defensively and even offensively, because he took care of the ball. He tried to keep it. He didn't just give it away right away.
Jarvis, please, come on, Jarvis.
He took on his man, I would say 3 to 4 times, and yeah, he did.
Jarvis, for 80 million, I expect you to pass the ball to somebody or put it in the bottom corner when you're facing a defender one-on-one. What the fuck? How many times did he try that outside of the boot bullshit? Come on, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Did we watch the same game, guys?
That's because of his limitations.
Did we watch the same game? What the fuck is going on here?
His limitations. He can't play with this.
We're gonna fuck up the football pitch then.
Yeah. Well, you're asking the wrong person. I don't like Anthony, but I gotta give him credit for what he's doing right. We can't all just bash the players we don't like.
I'm sorry, Jarvis. You played football. The most important thing in football is that what you do when you're on the ball, especially on the last fucking third. He's not good enough.
I agree.
He's not good enough. I don't give a fuck. We didn't buy you 80 million to wear back. That's the fucking minimum. That's the minimum.
I agree when it comes to his competence as a football player, but I'm just saying it's not black and white. You're not just shit. They do something good also, and for me, I try to keep it balanced by pointing out the things that I see. So the things with McTominay, the things with Anthony, I believe they had some good things. So they're important for the team effort today. But yeah, the best players on the pitch today was Varane, Evans. I think Onana was okay, and the gem of all is Kobe Mainoo. What a player! Wow, the composure on the ball. If he had two other good midfielders beside him, we would have dominated this Liverpool team, because Kobe Mainoo, who is so extremely good. And I can't wait for him to grow up and be a regular player for our team, because he's extremely good. And I just want to shout out to Michael Oliver. What an arrogant prick! How can you give 2 yellow cards in 5 seconds? And for players to react and be human, Okay, it's the 93 minutes of the game on Anfield. The crowd is buzzing, and the referee does a foul on the throw in. Okay,
it was the wrong decision.
He just reacts. He throws his arms up in the air, and 5 seconds later he do the same, and he gets a second yellow. How can an arrogant prick as Michael Oliver do something like that? It's, for me, if you saw Haaland's reaction against the Spurs in the dying minutes, they had a through ball, and it was flagged for offside. And Haaland, he was fuming, and he was shouting to the referee for 10 minutes, and they didn't get a yellow card. And Dalot gets 2 yellows in 5 seconds. I say he's an arrogant prick.
Yeah.
Let's see how that bodes going forward in the Premier League, and whether there's going to be a level of consistency with this kind of that type of this. Well, we have something to judge now, because he's right. First of all, it's a blatant throw into Manchester United, and as he said, they're in our half, the last third of the pitch. It's our throw-in. He gets pissed off because it's so obvious. I mean, if referees are going to give yellow cards for an emotional reaction like that and red cards, then you're going to see a lot more of them if that is going to be consistent.
Go ahead, Eski. Big up, bro. We've not heard you in a while. I hope you're well.
Yeah. What's going on, boys? You good?
EVFs. How are you, Eski?
Yeah, good, man. I've been watching from afar. Don't worry, I've been watching the shows, tuning in and that, and fucking obviously, I am Ten Hag in. Obviously, I back the manager through thick and thin, and I know the bigger picture is Nuruddin, I want to go on at your boy Saeed, man. Get me in a room with Saeed, man. We'll have a conversation with him. It is crusade against Ten Hag, yeah. I'm not having it at all, man. I need to just talk sense into a minute. But on today's game, I'm happy with the performance. The result, getting a draw at Anfield is good in Fergie's time, at Busby's time, Ten Hag's time. It doesn't matter. A draw away at Anfield is always good. But if you look at the narrative around the game, we were meant to lose, they were meant to win. So the result objectively is good for us. I mean, what I've come to realise with Scott McTominay is, Nuruddin, you're right. If you can't do all the basics as a footballer, why are you playing? But what I think it is because we don't have Casemiro, we don't have Eriksen, he's frozen out Donny van der Beek, we haven't got midfielders. I think he's just another Weghorst in midfield. You're a body, just fucking try and muscle someone out of the way and lay it on. So what you're saying, Nuruddin, is right. You can't stick the 1-2 passes together. He's not a transitional footballer. His limitations are there. If Eriksen was playing, Scott McTominay would be coming on after the hour mark. So I think it's out of necessity that this guy's playing. That's all I'm going to say. Like, yeah, he's not good enough to be starting week in, week out. But what I think he's trying to do is say, we don't have a Weghorst kind of guy. He's trying to turn Højlund into a WWE guy. I know that. But instead, like, we need someone behind him to kind of feed people off. That's what I think he's doing with McTominay. So I think he had a decent game today. Decent. He didn't do what we wanted him to do. No, he's shaking your head. I know he didn't do what we wanted him to do on the ball. But Liverpool and United are night and day. The fact that they had 34, 36 shots and didn't score says a lot more about them than it does us. That's shit. If United had 36 shots against Liverpool and didn't score, we'd all be here fucking going nuts. How the fuck have we not put one in? But what I'm saying is the defense did really well today. We know Delow's always a 50-50 player, can switch off, can do good. That decision, like you're saying, Jarvis, I've never seen a double descent yellow card in the same instance. I've seen it maybe 1 or 2 minutes later, then he's still going on about it, and then maybe the ref's like, fuck off. But it's within 10 seconds of the first one. I think that should get rescinded. We should appeal that, and it's a joke. But I think for the boys today, very good job. The result, I think it proved a lot of the media and a lot of the fans wrong. Are they playing for him? Is there riffs and whatever? Rafael Varane looked like he had a problem with the manager today. Now, you could say it's professionalism, and he's just going to play because he's a player, and this is what he's meant to do anyway. But that doesn't show to me that someone that's not really there with the manager, because if he didn't want to play, he just blagged an illness. We've seen Cavani. Remember, Cavani didn't want to play against City a few years ago, and he just blagged it. He trained and everything and said, no, I'm not fucking playing. So I'll give him credit today. And yeah, big up Ten Hag and the boys. But like we're saying, just forget this result. The next result matters. Are we going to drop it against West Ham? Are we going to get battered by Villa? Now, don't get me wrong, Villa are a very good team, but we're at home. So I want to get a positive result out of our next 2 games to try carry it forward. Because I'm like you, Nuruddin. I don't think this result means anything. We're not going to take it forward. I'm still going to be shit. However, I have to believe, a little ounce of me has to believe that this is a turning point. Otherwise, what's the point? We're romantic about football. We believe in the 1%ers, don't we? So I'm going to hope that this is a turning point in it. But it's not looking great overall. But just carry on in it. Keep faith with the manager, boys. Honestly, just keep faith.
Big up, Eski. I don't know. Maybe I watch a different game. Maybe I need to watch the game back again. Because honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm a manager, Scott McTominay is getting embarrassed. He's coming off before halftime. For me, once you give the ball away needlessly without any pressure on you, 5 times, you're coming off the fucking football pitch because it's the basics. And I'm not having somebody playing midfield on as a number 10 for Manchester United. And actually, I don't give a fuck what position you played, where you can't pass the ball 5 yards. And Unana, I thought he was disgraceful as well. By the way, the reason why Varane and Evans looked good because everybody did their jobs. The gaps were there. Defensively, we were super disciplined. There was no gaps. Positionally, we were super disciplined. That's the reason why your centre halves look better.
Yep.
Space is what kills people. It's those of you who've not watched football and don't watch it properly, space murders you. We did a mid to low block today. That's what we did. And at times it was embarrassing. We can't get hold of a ball. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm in absolute shock that I think people like Anthony and McTominay are getting a praise where they were absolutely woeful on the fucking football. They were woeful. I'm sorry to say, I have a different standard.
Who would you have played instead, Nuruddin?
Listen, I don't give a fuck what you played, but at the end of the day, one of them costs 80 million, and one of them is somebody who the club thinks is worth 40 to 50 million. It's fucking disturbing. Those two, I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen better players who play in League Two, who can pass the ball in the most critical moments. And that's not me just being hyperbole. The game was there to be won, by the way, because I don't know if you've seen it. He took off the Hungarian midfielder, and that unbalanced him. I don't know if you noticed that, people. They unbalanced him, and then he made it into two into midfield. And because Scott McTominay went back afterwards, if you remember, people, Scott McTominay in the second half played as a more of a in a 3 than he played in the first half. Because I mean, it was either to take him off or to put him back, play in a 3, and that's why Jarvis is saying, "Oh yeah, he shadowed him." You know, I mean, he cut out the passing lanes in the second half. In the first half, he did fuck all. He did fuck off the ball. He did fuck all on the ball, and that was a tactical change when I saw Manchester United come out in the second half.
Yeah, but again, Nuruddin, it was an important tactical move from Erik ten Hag because both of his pivots was on a yellow card, so we couldn't expose them. So then again, I would say that was a good tactical move from Ten Hag, putting McTominay to shield the double pivot.
Subs were good today, bro. With the yellows, honestly, he's right.
I'm not lying to you guys. This is unsustainable.
Yeah,
Can't string 4 passes together, 3 passes together. It's unsustainable. I don't care. That's what I take away from this game. That's what I take away from this game. Some of you guys think that we were going to get smashed. For me, I'd rather have got beat 3-0 and actually played football and worked Alisson more and maybe scored a couple of goals ourselves. Because I thought at times, especially when he made that sub, when he blinked in that 10-15 minutes before he corrected it again by making it a 3 in midfield because we were outnumbered in midfield, drivers, FP and Bumbaye and Tom. You remember that moment in the game where he took off his main attacking midfield player, left the 2. It was Endo and Alexander Arnold in there, right? And we overpowered them in that midfield. We had countless opportunities to fucking put the ball on the back of the net. But again, Manchester United players can't hold the fucking ball if their fucking mother's lives depended on it. And forget their lives, their children's lives depending on it.
When the Hungarian guy went off, when the Soboslai went off, I didn't think he played particularly well today, personally. And they were saying actually,
I'm sorry, Bumbaye, but at that time of the game, he was becoming dangerous. He was making runs at the back of Amrabat. Amrabat couldn't keep up.
His general play today was criticised post-match by the analysis. But me and Hazard were watching it and we said the same thing. He's not had a particularly good game today.
No. Nothing came up for him in the first half. But he was becoming, before he got taken off, he was becoming a problem. He was becoming a problem. He was definitely becoming a problem because Jarvis will tell you he was making the runs out wide because remember, listen to this. Salah kept coming short and dropping into the middle. Salah was making the runs at the back of him. Luke Shaw was following Salah and into the space. Where was he going? Amrabat twice or three times lost him before he got taken off. And to
sure.
me, when he got taken off, they lost a balance in midfield. They lost a balance in midfield.
I think
That's
what
why he corrected it. The changes corrected it. And I actually thought today, we would have done a bit better if me personally, I think if you put Hannibal where Scott McTominay was playing, we would have done a bit better because he would have had a bit more energy and he's got a decent shot. That should have been the change. I would have kept, me personally, I would have kept Garnacho on the football pitch, Jarvis, because of that one break on the ball on the outside from the left hand, from the right to inside channel. We could have done them in that channel. But no, he takes him off and he brings them. And then, you know what? I didn't think the changes did us any favors. I actually thought before that we were in the game more. Go ahead, Mumbai.
I felt today for me, I didn't feel that guy had a particularly good game personally. I've seen him play. He's better than that. And he didn't have his finest style. I thought Klopp took him off and then they slotted Trent more centrally to try and unlock something. Because we were really efficient at cutting off the wings today. We did really well in that regard. So for me, when I'm looking at this game, I'd say part of the reason why we are not going to be able to have that many passes together. We're not fluid even when the ball is with us and the opposition give us the ball. We're not even, really creative. We still struggle. I think Liverpool are pressing so high. They literally started the game so fast, the first 5 minutes. And Liverpool are really good pressing side and get amongst you very, very well. And they were hunting in packs. And I saw many times throughout the game, Amrabat, he'd get on the ball and he's been chased by 3 guys. It's not easy. Luke Shaw was getting hounded. Kobe Minu was getting hounded. McTominay was getting hounded. There was really no space to play or time.
It
And
doesn't
Amrabat
fucking take anything to hand fucking.
and let me
Mumbai, let me just stop you there. It does not take anything to fucking hound Scott McTominay. You say boo to fucking Scott McTominay's shadow. He fucking jumps and gives you the ball.
No, I
So
think
stop that
already.
bullshit.
No,
Stop
I
comparing
can't.
Manu to fucking McTominay. Stop that shit.
Look, everybody today had no time. We're already playing a little bit deeper. We're already succumbed to relinquishing the ball to them. The entire plan today is don't lose, try and nick the game. That was what it looked like. And you know what? It's not a surprise. It was the right thing to do, especially in the circumstance, given what was supposed to happen, given the rumblings of Ten Hag and Graham Potter and all that shit. And given the fact that we were depleted, everyone thought it was going to be over. So I felt today, Liverpool, man, do not make it easy for you to have any time, any space, and it was always going to be difficult to get out. So that's why a lot of the time on the ball, we're going to struggle to create. We broke from midfield when we fired balls from centrally out wide to Anthony, and there was space for him to go there and wait for his teammates to get up. Twice he picked a brilliant ball. Yeah, he fluffed his lines a few times. He did, but twice he picked a really good ball, the right pass to get us into that goal scoring opportunity. The one where he fires it in, I think Scott touches it into Højlund for the shot. That comes from Anthony to McTominay into the path of Højlund, bang straight at the keeper, if you watch it again. And there was another one as well. So today, man, honestly, I have to appreciate the type of team Liverpool are without the ball. It was very difficult to string anything together, even if you had the technical players on there. And today, like I said at the top of the show, I think Bruno missing the game was somewhat a blessing in disguise because of the way we decided to approach this game. You took away some creativity, but Scott was really good today. He knew where he was on the pitch for me. He might not have been great on the ball, but his sense of space was very good. When to go and when to drop off. And like Jarvis said, he was a good first line for the 2 guys behind him. And he did get stuck in. He did his job today. That was Liverpool. That was what Liverpool today struggled against us, man. 34 shots, but what do you remember the keeper being absolutely flustered, making great saves? He did one header, point blank, but the rest were pretty bog standard saves. He made them look a bit more flamboyant than they were. And that's because the team is compact. The desire to play is there. They played for each other today. You can't compare this performance to, let's say, Newcastle, where we were disgusted and we lost 1-0 and thought that's one of the worst performances I've ever seen. If you remember, not just our analysis, every pundit's analysis was, that's embarrassing. But today, man, you walk away, you think, right, the boys are playing. They can do it. And it's good that you do it without Rashford, without Casemiro, without Bruno. They're on the sidelines and the team goes, even inexperienced players, and they manage to pull a point from arguably one of the hardest games you're going to get all season away at Anfield. So for me, I think the life of this game, we were there, man, and we did our job. And every player can leave the pitch today. I tip my hat to all of them. They played as a team, and that's something I've been wanting for a long time. Without the ball, play like that. Approach every game like that, like your life depends on it. And this result is a great result today for them to build on it. Go to West Ham and think what you did here today. Do the same thing, but let's go forward a bit better. And we will be able to, because West Ham are not going to get in and amongst us like Liverpool do. No way. We will be able to play a little bit more at West Ham, hopefully.
Big up to We Deserve Better. It's called Passion, mate. It's called Football Opinion, pal. Maybe you need some of it. I'll send you some. Send me your address. Go ahead, Tom. Tom, have we watched a different game to Jarvis and Bumbaye and Eski?
No,
I will be too harsh. I'm asking Tom.
I think the expectation, perhaps.
No, it's not expectation for me. I expect enough. I expect it to get smashed. But what I expect, people, what the fuck I expect, playing for Manchester United is to be able to string 4 passes together in a game. And go and watch that first half of game, people. I beg you to go and watch it. I beg you to go and fucking watch it.
But this Manchester United, this Manchester United now, when you ask me the questions, I don't judge this Manchester United to the standards of the traditional Manchester United because it's unrealistic and unfair. I look at this team.
Excuse me.
And
Bumbaye,
I'm looking at
where are we? I'm not asking. Bumbaye, I'm sorry. You're not doing this. I'm not asking for Manchester United to go and win league titles and compete.
Neither am I.
I'm not asking that. What I'm asking is that any fucking ground, anywhere we would play football, I expect the team to string 4 passes together. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the space of a minute and a half maybe to keep the ball. That's what I expect. So stop giving me this about this, not Manchester United. I said to you already, teams bottom of the league, football league. We're talking about bottom of League 2. They would be able to string 4 passes together, regardless who the fuck they played.
Yeah.
So save me about. I'm not talking about that. I'm not asking Man United to go and compete top of the table. I'm not asking them that. I know that more than anybody fucking else. I know that. I'm asking you, can you keep the ball? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 fucking seconds keep holding the ball. Can you do that?
It's not easy, man.
Okay.
Not
These are
against
people who train every day and who have the ball every day. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, no, I'm with you at the end of the day. Professional players, I don't care what club you play for, you should be able to pass the ball 5 yards at least 5 times as a team. And collectively, listen, I don't expect us to be finished article, 30 passes, score a brilliant team goal. I don't expect that. Not with this group of players. But the minimum standard, if you can't pass the ball 5 yards for 5 times, there's an issue. And it needs to be rooted out. And listen, fair enough to Ten Hag. Some of his major ball distribution players he doesn't have right now. Mason Mount you might put in that conversation. You might put Eriksen in that conversation. Fair enough. He hasn't got 2 of those players. But as a midfielder, as a midfielder, the key thing that you learn when you're learning to play midfield is how to pass the ball. Forget tackling for a second. Forget aggression. Forget running around and having energy and bursting lines into an enemy box. Pass the ball. That's the basics. And if anybody can take, for example, that video that we saw with the Bayern Munich game, and I always go back to point to it, them players, that was the best group of players that we had available at that time, similar to what we have right now, couldn't pass the ball 5 yards to each other for 5 or 6 times. They couldn't do it. Manchester City are the best of it. So if you take the best, for example, they can keep the ball for 1-2 minutes. This group of players can't keep it for 10 seconds. That's the difference. This is what we're playing against, guys. Liverpool today, their players can keep the ball. On a better day, guys, they can keep the ball for at least a minute. If they want to play possession-based football, they can do it. We can't do it. But the mistake that Erik ten Hag has made is the players he brought in can't suit to play that way to keep the ball. If you want players to keep the ball in, you go for players like Frankie de Jong, and you don't give up. Or if you can't get Frankie de Jong, you get somebody who's basically the similar player to him, similar profile type. But the problem with us is we can blame it on whatever, guys, recruitment or the performance of the team. At the end of the day, it stems from the manager. And the manager, if he can't get these players to pass the ball 5 yards when he worked under that Ajax system for 3, 4, 5 years, which ended up landing him this job, then there's a problem. Because those coaches, Michel van der Gaag and Erik ten Hag, won't look at these group of players and say they can pass 5 yards because they can't. They're not blind. Everybody in here can understand and see that. So where do we improve from this, guys? Probably, guys, and it's not and it's probably not a good thing to say. We have to spend money. You have to get proper midfielders into this football club. Not Zimmer Frame FC, where they're at 30 years old or they're over the hill. No, I want some young, hungry players. And if they can't, because young, hungry players, guys, I'm seeing Cole Palmer can pass 5, 6 times in and around Chelsea's box, and Chelsea are shite. They are shite as a team, but they can pass better than us. As much as criticism that Enzo and Caicedo get, they can pass the ball, guys. Our midfielders can't. It's as simple as that. And the one thing, when you go to Anfield, when you go to the Emirates, when you go to the Etihad, when you go to all these big grounds, the Allianz Arena, Galatasaray, you have to be able to, control the ball and pass the ball if you want to win in any of those grounds. And in any of those grounds, guys, we've never won for fucking at least a year. We've not won at any of those grounds that I just mentioned. Why? Because we can't control the ball and we can't keep hold of it. It's as simple as that. So if we have to be harsh and criticise it, guys, yeah, we need to spend some money. We need to get proper midfielders into this football club. Kobe Mino, fair enough, he's an 18-year-old kid. He's not going to be a stonewall for Manchester United for 2-3 years. He's not ready. Yeah, he's shown a bit of talent. He's shown a bit of glitz and glamour right now. When a proper player sticks it on him and breaks his ankle or breaks his leg, guys, then he'll realise, I'm in the Premier League now. This is the high intensity, high enthusiasm. Players will do that to this kid if you don't protect him. Scott McTominay is one-dimensional player. Stick him in the opposition box, he's brilliant. He'll take the ball down for you, might score a few, but that's his game. That's Scott McTominay. Scotland play him that way. And Scotland, even Steve Cooper, who's an absolute shite coach in Scotland, can understand what McTominay's game is. Erik ten Hag can't. It's as simple as that. And at the end of the day, he's blown so much money on Anthony. He blew so much money on Mount. He blew so much money on a lot of this squad. Even if you want to call it Amrabat, can't keep the ball. Casemiro as well. We have to keep it original, guys. Casemiro can't keep the ball. He's not good distribution. Passing wise, they can't keep the ball. He's bought a bunch of players who can't play together because why? None of them know how to string a pass together. That's the problem with us. And if you want to go for it, guys, I'm saying it right here and now. You need 2 midfielders, minimum. You need 2 new midfielders in this group. And you probably need to get rid of, I would say, maybe 2 or 3 of them and move a couple on. Eriksen, you could say, because of the age. McTominay, because of the way that he plays and he's one-dimensional, as I've already said. And Amrabat's not exactly pulled up trees, guys. Let's not be under any illusions. He's had maybe 1 or 2 good games since he's been here. That's it. But if you want to progress as a football club, you always should strive for better. And Scott McTominay, I will say it for here now, will never be in a Manchester United title-winning team or Champions League winning team. I don't care if he's on the bench or if he's in the starting 11. He will never win one of those trophies with Manchester United. It's not going to happen. in the same way that a lot of our players in this squad right now are not good enough to challenge for 38 games in a season. Because, guys, either mentally, they'll go to Anfield, they'll go to the Etihad, and they'll shit it, or they just don't have the quality to compete against better opposition. That's it. It's as simple as that. So if Erik ten Hag wants to take anything from now, you play one game a week, Erik ten Hag, now. One game a week. In a month, guys, if he wants to, in a month, if he's this brilliant coach and wizard, he should get these players to be able to play 5-6 passes intricately. And you were saying, Nuruddin, about 5-6 passes in a minute. I'm talking 5-6 passes in about 20 seconds, mate. 5 movement and positional play. Positionally, like you said, Nuruddin, today was good, positionally. That was without the ball, though. With the ball, positionally, we are shite. We are absolutely shite. And nobody's standing up to account because, oh, we got a 0-0 away at Liverpool. We didn't get pumped 7-0. What's that got to do with anything now? Yeah, everybody expected that to happen. But minimum standards is work rate. The next step, be able to actually pass a football. Third step, score goals, win football matches. We're not even at step 2 yet, guys. We're not. And last season's success painted over a lot of those cracks because last season we couldn't control our pass balls, but we were winning games by the scruff of the neck because we wanted it more than the other team. That was desire. Desire's been burnt out of these players from last season anyway. But I guess to summarise as a whole, guys, me personally, we need to spend some money. We do. We need new midfielders. But I'm not talking about just any midfielders, Nuruddin. I want a top elite midfielder, 50-60 million pounds, who's quality and can play here and now. And I want somebody who's young who can adopt that similar style. You take that 56 million pound player, perfect player as I call it. You take Kobe Manu and you take this other youngster player. There's your new midfield for you guys. It's not rocket science. This midfield will not win titles for Manchester United.
Listen, Tom. Listen, I'm not expecting to win at titles at this football club with a Glazer ownership.
Yeah, but they can't even compete in games. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't.
They can't compete in games. That's the one thing that I'm saying.
Yeah, and
if you can't compete in games, forget titles. So.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead to Jarvis. Jarvis.
Yeah.
So, obviously, as a fan base, are we gassed that we didn't get 7 today? Is that what's clouding some of your heads, or did you actually watch the game and seeing that Manchester United are pathetic? The idea that we can see this 35 shots where we positionally we were so good, but we conceded that amount, it still tells me we were not aggressive enough. We were not winning the ball back from them. We were letting them shoot from, letting them have that amount of shots. For me, that's scary. That is scary. Yes, they only had maybe 6 on target, but allowing an opposition team 35 shots is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it's unsustainable.
Liverpool dominated us, but we defended well. So you got to see the two sides of the coin. But they dominated us. We shouldn't be nowhere near having 30 to 35 shots against us in a game of 90 minutes. We should defend. We should be more. We should be better in a way. I just want to bring up some things we have been talking about. I'm a statistical, or what do you call it? And this is a thing I want to show you guys. If you can bring up my shared screen, Nuruddin. You see here on the screen now, it's possession. So if you see, for example, here, Amrabat, he had 3% possession during the game. McTominay, 2.7. Mainu, 1.9. And when you come to touches, you see here, Amrabat, he had 44 touches. McTominay, 53 touches. And Mainu had 30 touches. So they didn't have many touches. If you compare, for example, with Endo, who was the DM of Liverpool, he had 78, and Szoboszlai had the 53. Another thing that's interesting is pass success. You see accurate passes. Amrabat had 16, McTominay had 17, Mainu had 16. So there's nowhere near, when it comes to accurate passes. When Endo has 53 and Szoboszlai has 29 and Gravenberch has 20. So it's not good enough from our midfield trio. And total passes, you go here, you see Amrabat has 28 passes during 90 minutes. and McTominay 25 and 18 for Manu. So we didn't get the midfield going. They Liverpool pressed us well. One of the thing was Liverpool blocked off Luke Shaw, because we usually go Onana, Luke Shaw, and into Amrabat or Garnacho or McTominay. So but today Liverpool pressed Luke Shaw very well, and Onana, and they had to pass the ball back to Onana, and Onana hoofed it away. So we gave away possession a lot, even from the goalkeeper, who only have 46 passes, as you see here, and an accuracy of pass success of 65% from a goalkeeper, and that's not good enough for a ball-playing goalkeeper as Onana. Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up and to show a little bit of what happened in the game, because the eye test sometimes deceive us. But yeah, you are right. The passing game is not...
But also, like, not just the eye test. The eye test tells you exactly what's to see. Stats can be very much misleading, incredibly misleading, because some of the passes could be like a 1 yard pass, especially where everybody's staying here. This is where we stayed today. We stayed here. Liverpool moved here. Sorry, I can't see. If you move the arrow where Liverpool, Manchester United were in this position majority of the game. Where we are positionally, that's where we were. Majority.
Yeah.
I think there's with regards to the passing stats, I think it's important to consider if, obviously we relinquished the ball today, naturally. So Endo did have the freedom to Van Dijk, to Endo out wide as they're in their build-up, but a lot of the passes that our boys were making, whether it's Shaw, Amrabat, Scott, Manu, was by and large under quite decent pressure.
Can you do me a favor, please?
Yeah.
Can you put the cursor in between the defense, in between Varane and Kobe Menu around here, right? Liverpool played in these areas. That's where Liverpool. That's where majority of Hendo passes were here, where Manu and Amrabat. That's where they were playing. The game was played 35 yards outside of our area. Let's be right here, guys.
But they doubled up. Luis Diaz and Salah both drifted inside. If you have seen the heat map, I'm not sure if I have the heat map here. Yeah, here's the heat map. It's interesting. This is the heat map for Man United. You see here a big red dot in our own 18-yard box.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying to you. I didn't need to see that, Jarvis. I could see that watching the game. I didn't need to see that. That's why they had 70. They had 35 shots.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
But you see the right-hand side of Liverpool's heat map. It's the area of Trent. So Trent had actually a good game if you see the heat map for Liverpool.
I thought his quality was poor today.
So Manchester United had 31% possession. They had 34 shots, 6 on target. We had 8 shots, 1 on target. They had 12 corners to 0. They still committed more fouls. And in the game, you would think that we committed more fouls because the way that the referee was yellow card fucking happy. But listen,
I think the 34 shots that Liverpool had after the game, Paul Scholes was analysing, and somebody else was saying they were just bullshit shots where they should be passing, but that was what it was reduced to by and large. Elliott was shooting from ridiculous range. Gakpo was shooting from ridiculous range.
I agree.
Do you know? And that you have to credit us with that. Usually, when a team sees that it's not quite working, we're not at the races, they're resilient. That's what can tend to happen. These long shots. So I also think those statistics. It's a lot of shots, but if you look at Everton, had 24 shots. But that was real chances. You'd say like 5 or 6 of those were golden. But today, nothing really. I think Konate had the best opportunity where he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. And Trent has a shot which would have been a magnificent goal. But really, that's about it. Salah was shooting from range, and that's what it was reduced to. So I think statistics are good. They do give you an insight, but it's also can be a real false reading, whether it's possession, shots, the context of passing. Endo's not getting pressed by our guys. We're not pressing you. We're containing.
We didn't press fuck all. We didn't press fuck all.
I know.
Because Manchester United do what is called shadow pressing. I coined the phrase. You heard it here first. Shadow fucking pressing, where they just hang around. And what I see, the biggest things, what I notice when we come up against decent teams, they literally hustle the ball of us while we just run alongside players. We don't know how to dispossess people. We don't know how to hustle teams off the ball because we have zero physicality, zero aggression. We just shadow press, and it's embarrassing to watch. It's unsustainable. Guys, Eski, I'm going to tell you, you said before, this is not sustainable. And for me, I didn't learn anything today. I learned that Scott McTominay is a fucking fraud footballer. That's what I learned. But then I keep learning that every week. It's like a slap in the face.
Captain Marvel, baby.
Captain Marvel didn't lose at Anfield, but this is what I'm saying. I just don't understand. Look, we got battered by Bournemouth 3-0 at home, but we're here talking about we can't string passes together at Anfield. I fucking know we can't string passes together at Anfield. There's nothing new what you and Tom have said. But what we need to talk about is, can this team actually try and get it into gear or not? Most of us think we can't. I don't think we can, like we're saying, innit? But I think the manager's been dealt a bad hand. And I still think he's got time to turn it around. Look, we also think Anthony's shit. Anthony should be nowhere near this football club. Amad Diallo's 5 times the player that he is. If he was here this season, he'd be playing today. I genuinely believe that. This manager needs help. He needs time. And I think the people just need to allow him that time. Because right now, a lot of the media are against him and the fans are against. I think the fans are to blame. A lot of people say, the fans are the most important. A lot of the fans, I think, are the reason we're in this fucking mess. And I'll tell you why. I know it's a big claim to make, but we're in the cycle again because the fans don't wake up and realize that it's not the manager's fault. A lot of fans just think, oh, look, it can't be the players. Who motivates the players? Who picks the team? Blah blah blah. But do you know how I would judge it, Nerdy? I was saying to someone at work, here's how I would keep the team. And I heard what you said. You keep about 6-7 players, 10 players.
That's it.
If you're at Manchester United now, and you've played under 3 managers, 3 managers, fuck off. That's it. That's what I'm doing it now. So that's a lot of players we have under here that have played under 3 managers. Have they not? Bruno, Rashford, Luke Shaw, usual suspects. They've played under quite a few gaffers. If you're Man United now,
Tomlin's played under 4.
Four gaffers. He's in the description. Look, he's in the description. If you've been here and you've played under 3 managers, as far as I'm concerned, you've got 3 managers sacked. You can fuck off, and we can keep about 9 to 10 players and build for the future. But that's what I'm doing. So, like I said, you could part this result in the bin. Yeah, we can't play football. Yeah, we're shit. Yeah, Scott McTominay's hiding. What can we do at West Ham? What can we do at Villa? Can we end the year with 6 points? If we can, then we'll take that. And maybe it's unsustainable, Nurdin. I'm with you, it's unsustainable. But I'm going to have to cling on to some sort of hope and say he can turn it around in January. Because if not, then we're just watching for the sake of it, aren't we? Because that's just shit. I think me and Bumba are the only sane ones here. I'm not going to lie. We saw that game. We're buzzing. We were like, you know what? Yeah, fucking, you get beat by Bournemouth at home and you go to Anfield and get a draw. We've not had a clean sheet at Anfield for donkeys. Absolute years. Like, you got to take some sort of credit from the game. Scott McTominay's performances, whatever. He's a minute thing in a cog in his whole machine. What's the big takeaway today is Man United didn't get battered at Anfield. And if that's the level we're at, Nurdin, then that's the level we're fucking at. Liverpool have been in the dogs for years. And I guess we're here now. Just suck it up, people. Stop thinking you're some big club. You know right to be a big club when you play like this. So just suck it up, people, and we go from here, and that's it.
Yeah, big up. Listen, last word. Go ahead, Bumbai, Tom, Jarvis, and then we end the show. Big up to everybody, man. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I think we're 100-something away from 9,000. I know that YouTube is unsubscribing people, so please, it's important to let people know about the channel. Here, we see humanity. We see each other's humanity. We refuse to dehumanize each other for all of the different isms and every other reason. We see all of people. Like the great writer once said, the great James Baldwin said, all of the children in the world are ours. They're all ours. So yeah, we're here to hold the humanity of all children in the world. We're not here to discriminate against anybody. And again, fucking Zionist. Go ahead, Bumbai.
Yeah, I think most certainly Zionism is it's a cancer. It's even a detriment to people that follow the religion of Moses and Abraham. They are 2 completely different things. And hopefully when Palestine is victorious, everybody that's been unsubscribed and waiting to subscribe, you'll find yourself at 20,000. So I agree with Heskey, absolutely. We are the only 2 people sane. That is the highlight of this show. Sorry, guys. I mean, I'm here today as a guy where that has been saying, I don't think Eric has shown me enough for me to continue with him. But
Mm.
I'm not hounding him out. I am prepared to play like this and grind out results. If I'd had played like this in the last couple of games that we lost and got a draw, I'd feel a lot better than coming on here talking about a 3-0 loss. That's the reality. Results do change the narrative, I believe. And it's important not to lose games if you can't play well to win them. It builds confidence that we don't lose games, especially you make your home a place where you don't drop points. All right, you might not play well, but get a point. It's all right. It just buys the manager that breathing room to keep working and develop it. But today, what we saw in terms of compactness, shape, aggression, that midfield three was really the right one for to play in this way today. I wish we could see a little bit more of Man United with that kind of approach off the ball. On the ball, of course, you know, you want to be better. You do. You want to create a little bit more, have a little bit more threat going forward. But again, I've seen Ferguson come here and play like this. I've seen Mourinho come here and play like this. The only one that didn't play like this here and busted them up is Van Gaal. He beat the shit out of them here. Mata, overhead kick goal, 2-0. I think it was like 50, 60% possession to us. So again, Heskey hits it on the head when he says, when I look at this Man United team, I am realistic about what am I looking at. Manchester United, yeah, it's a great name, a wonderful history. But right now, where are we? We're a team scraping the bottom of the barrel that should have been slaughtered. That's what we all went in today. By how many was the question. And actually, we've got a team there that has stood up firm and said, you're not passing today. You know, we might not win. We might not be able to create. You're pressing us. We're not getting out very well. We're feeding on scraps, but you're not scoring. And you're going to have to shoot from stupid.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, the game was a snooze draw. It was a snooze game. It was a shit game, by the way.
Yeah.
It was a shit game.
Yeah, it was.
It
Was.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But for me, no, I don't think so. I thought I saw men today. We rose to them. You know what? We fought them for that point. We deserved our point today. We weren't handed it. We deserved it, and we could have snatched something out of that game. So this for me today is a really, really good result and performance in the dimension of team defensiveness, solidity, getting through it, working for each other, that we can take into a difficult West Ham fixture. I think we're away at West Ham, and then we've got Aston Villa, who are second now. So these two games are going to be difficult. If we had gone in today and maybe gone for it, the usual, got popped 3-0, it's not good. It's terrible. I don't want to play. I think results are important, man. If you're not going to play well, let's get some results. Because not playing well and not getting results, it's bad for Ten Hag. It's bad for the team. It's bad for the belief in the manager or the players. So today is a very good day. That's all I'd say.
Wow. Snoose draw. Go ahead, Jarvis. Big up to Tom, by the way. Tom, make sure you check him out. Tom Journalist One on Twitter.
Yeah, I want to say, okay, I can sit there and praise Ten Hag, and I know you are sick of my tactics analysis of everything, so I will let that go for a minute.
No, Jarvis, I'm not sick of it. Nobody's sick of it. We like you as a tactical. Thank you so much for bringing that to the show. No problem. Nobody's sick of it.
Okay.
We disagree with some of the points. That
I'm ill from it, man.
I appreciate it.
Well, I'm just gonna say. When it comes to Ten Hag, setting up a low block and playing defensively, holding the better team away, all the mid-table and lower table managers do it. So I'm not about to say hallelujah Ten Hag and all of that. We got to keep it in perspective. So he needs to show more for me to be a believer that this is a project that can change United and take us back to the top. We have a game against West Ham next and Aston Villa. For me,
Bruno's coming back.
Yeah, for me,
Manu's going to go to the bench, and he's going to play the single pivot.
Yeah, that is what worries me. If Ten Hag goes back to the old 3-1-6 formation with the Bruno and McTominay running around like headless chickens. I'm not quite sure what to say anymore, because that's what I don't like. I hope Ten Hag learns from this, and I hope he understands that this is a turning point. Now he has a chance to do something constructive with this team. He can start to play Mainu. He can start to play Amrabat, and hopefully Casemiro when he comes back, Eriksen comes back, Mount comes back, and sit down McTominay on the bench. Let him sit down, because he needs to cool down. He's not good enough. Everybody knows that he's not good enough. He's not a top 6 club midfielder. He shouldn't even be in the Premier League, because he has abilities as a championship player. So I agree on that, and looking forward, I'm very excited to see what Ten Hag is going to do, because if he chooses then McTominay and Bruno in the next game and we lose, I'm not sure what to say anymore, because I can't defend this man.
Yeah, right. Eski, go ahead. Last word of the show.
Last word of the show is, decent result today. We take it, don't lose at Anfield. Fuck it. Next result, stick with the managers, boys. The Glazers love division. They want Jim Ratcliffe to come in to be the new Woodward, and they want this whole Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out stuff. Keep the faith as much as you can. Fuck Jim Ratcliffe. Fuck Zionism.
Peace. From me, people, it's the same. I think getting a draw, but I'm never going to accept the Manchester United team. I don't care who the fuck they play against. I don't know. I don't give a fuck what stadium they play. I'm never accepting them people that can't hold the ball for 30 seconds. I'm never accepting that. It's unacceptable. And you should never.
What about 35 seconds? We accept that?
Wow. Slow clap for Bombaye. Slow clap, people. Slow clap. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. For me, getting a draw when everybody thought, I'll take the positive out of that. That we didn't get hammered. And Liverpool are crying. By the way, hold tight. Van Dijk and the rest of the Liverpool, cry me a fucking river. Why don't you?
Do you hear Roy Keane? After
it. Damn, that's all it is. Cry me a river, innit? Cry me a effing river. Big up Roy Keane for telling it like it is.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it is what it is. At the end of the day, talk about him. I remember Liverpool teams coming to Old Trafford defending for their lives, man. Somebody needs to show him the tapes in the mid-90s, man. Honestly, it's disgraceful. In terms of, to me, there's nothing in this game that makes me look forward to the other game. And I know that for 100% fact, this manager's stubborn. He will get himself to sack. I'm not a manager out. I will never say it's not. To me, it's not personal to Erik ten Hag. It's not personal to Bob, to Jim, to whatever, to Zidane, to Ancelotti, whoever you are. I'm not having those players stay, like Eski said, and throw so many managers under the bus. I'm not having it. And I'm not having the Glazers and the way the football is. They have to go before the manager has to go. For me, it's a point of principle. It's simple. It's absolutely simple. So that I've got some soft spot for Erik ten Hag. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, I just want to say, I know we're wrapping up the show, but 180 people watching, so remember to hit the like. And tomorrow I'm doing Jarvis Corner 9 p.m. UK, and I will talk about how United is going to start attacking and how we need to change, because we need to score goals. We have played now 3 games, Bournemouth, we have played Bayern Munich, and today Liverpool, and I think they have created 1 chance on goal or something in 3 games. So something need to change, and we will talk about how to change it. I will bring on Uncle Jimmy, Stu Wally. You're welcome if you like Nuruddin and Bombaye and Eski. So that'd be cool. So tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah.
Big up. We deserve better. Listen, I'll definitely be on a Wednesday. I'll be in your corner, holding Jarvis in the corner.
Fantastic.
On Wednesday. Yeah. So tune in to Man UFC Realist TV. Jarvis, there's 2 shows there. One on a Monday and one on a Wednesday. I'll be one on a Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to Jarvis Bowley 77. Check him out on Man UFC Realist TV. Shout out Mick as well, Mick Ruby, out there in lovely Thailand in the sunshine. You know what I mean? Sleeping. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning over there right now. So big up to him. Big up Eski. Always constructive, always to the point. Mumbai always deluded as usual with his Scott McTominay bandwagon. But I wouldn't change him for the world. I would not change him for the world, people. And we repeat, hold tight, all the Palestinians.
Yep.
Only if we had any power, anything in our power to stop you getting genocided. But the world is watching. The cowardly Middle Eastern leaders, full of cowards. Hold tight the Yemenis. Hold tight any of the people who are resisting Zionism and ethnic cleansing and genocide. Hold tight all of those people. Love and light. Sending all the love, all the much appreciation. And the Palestinians are very difficult people. You can't get rid of them. You can't get rid of them. You cannot kill them. They will just smile. And the humanity, to me, the Palestinians are some of the most dignified people in this world. Dignified people. They're literally keeping their dignity, their integrity. And they're not bowing, they're not in their knees, they're standing up. But it's just so heartbreaking that 20,000 of them have to lose their lives for the world to see what the British and the Americans, that's the genocide that they're supporting with the state of Israel. And fuck you to the European fucking Union while we're there as well. Fuck British elites, fuck the American elites and the mainstream media. Fuck them, all of them. Love to everybody who stands up for humanity. But like we said, we always keep it 100 on this channel. Fuck you if you're supporting genocide. Fuck you if you lost your humanity. Fuck you, your crew, and your whole of the record label. We keep it 100% on Vox Zionism. Free Palestine, free Palestine. We say that with our full chest. I will be screaming, I'll be taking that to the grave. And you will never, a lot of people know now, your secret is out. And everybody who's protesting out there, everybody who's doing the action, never be fatigued. One thing for me, in the last 68 days, the Palestinians have shown me they've got patience. The least I can do till my last breath is any opportunity in every platform they have is to scream out free Palestine and to go to every rally. That's the least we can do. Don't get fatigued, people. Let's boycott, sanctions. Let's do it. Love and light. Glazers out, backers out, win, we lose, we draw. Scott McTominay, you're a fucking criminal if you can't pass the ball.
Just,
Stop
you know what,
playing.
it was going so well, you ruined it.
You're in the wrong game. No, I'm not standing for that. I'm not standing for that.
The whole show.
And it's not just,
the captain.
And it's not just that he's Scott McTominay. It could have been Bob McTominay. It could have been Jim flipping McTominay. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. If you can't pass the ball, you can't connect. Get off the fucking football pitch. Go and become a joiner.
Imagine the team is watching this show now and they're all buzzing and Scott's in front of the whole team with the armband on in his lounge with Bruno and Amrabat and everybody. You just shafted him in front of the team.
He already knows.
It's fine.
He already knows. You know what he said at the end of the game when he came? He said, I don't care what people think of me. He already knows. Because he already knows that how shit he was. It was embarrassing.
No, he knows he's getting it, whether he does or he doesn't. Because
Palestine, no.
Yeah.
No, Mumbai, no. Jarvis is my witness. Eski's my witness. If Scott McTominay or Harry Maguire had good games, I come on here and say so.
I don't know, mate.
He didn't have a
Jarvis.
Yeah. I know. You give credit to credit's due, so that's okay. I agree.
Matt, if that beautiful head of hair of his starts going, it's because you always go to Jarvis. I'm here. Deal with me. Scott's the man. Forget Jarvis. Eski's just come back from sabbatical. Leave him out of it.
Scott McTominay. McTominay. Come on,
Merry Christmas, Scott. There's a Christmas present for your stockings.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
Liverpool, suck it.
That's where we agree. We'll end on there. Like I said, win, lose or draw, bankers out, glazers out. Shameful Manchester United players can't pass 5 fucking times in a game. Disgraceful. I'm never accepting that. Never. And you should never accept that either. But we'll be back to the single pivot. We'll be doing a preview for the West Ham, and I'll be on Wednesday on Jarvis's Corner. Catch me there. Bowley 77 people. Bowley Eski, you never see him on social media. Bombaye, social media is not ready for him. I think the whole system might crash if he gets on there with some of his views. But it is what it is. You can Follow me, Mr. Structure, on Twitter. That guy, Red Devil. And we're out, people. You've been a beautiful audience. Please let people know about the channel. We are not that far away from 9,000. And I think that's the least we deserve. You deserve as a community. But big up to you. Love and light. Big up to We Deserve Better. Always. Love and light. Love and light, everybody.
Yes.
Love and light, Craig. Love and light, everybody. Please smash a like on your way and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. At least the only one we have the guts to wear an armband, Nura. Yeah, that's true. I'll give him that. But it's still shy. Yeah. Peace, love, light, always, people. Free Palestine, free Palestine. From the river to the sea, free Palestine.